All right, if you're doing this by hand, you can simply plug it in. So b is -5, so we have -5 squared minus 4 times a is -2, and c is +2. And so if you continue to evaluate, what is -5 quantity squared? Is it 25 or -25?
25, regular.
Remember, a negative times a negative is a positive, very good. Okay, now when we take this second group of factors, okay, -4 times -2 is?
-8.
+8 times 2 is?
16.
16. And so when you combine these, you get square root of 41. So if I asked you for an exact answer, and the exact answer would be root 41. If you are testing this in your calculator or using your calculator to evaluate this, you can either type those in on your own. So if we take the square root of 41 and we put a decimal in it so that we get the approximate value, 6.40 would be the approximate value, you can enter it this way. All right, now, let's say you take this whole equation and you enter it exactly as it is, the square root of, and we use these letters. So b squared, b to the second power, minus 4 times, remember you have to specify the multiplication, don't infer it, times c, okay, close it off. Okay, if you're looking at this, you can hit enter to see the form. Does this look exactly like what we wanted it to be? b squared minus 4ac? Yes. Okay, you can evaluate this using the with keys. Okay, so if we access this, use the vertical bar, and here we identify and just plug in what we have. A is equal to -2. Okay, if you want to, okay, you can include all the variables together in one string. Okay, you simply need to put space followed by the word and. Okay, and so if you're using your computer, happen to be using, it makes it a little bit easier. So a is equal to -2 and b is equal to -5 space and space c is equal to 2. Hit enter and it evaluates it for you. Now, in order to do the and the space, if you were using the calculator only, and you would alpha lock, so you can either hit alpha twice, so this little A key locks up and it's highlighted. Your space bar is this change of sign key right down here on the bottom of your calculator, right next to the decimal. So space and then just the word A, N, D, space, C is equal to. So when you want to hit equal to, you unlock the alpha key, type in the last value, C, and it gives you your answer. Okay, so you can use the with key with the whole string of variables plugged in. Okay, completely up to you. The advantage to doing something like this would be if you have a problem where this is called the discriminant, so it's something that will be used a number of times. And so if it asks you for multiple problems to evaluate this same form, doing something like this and then just going in and changing what A, B, and C represent can be very efficient use of your time. All right, the last thing that I wanted to talk about here is if you were asked to solve an equation involving the square root. Okay, this is the process is referred to as extracting a square root. Right, and the process is just like any other equation. Yeah, no. Good. Isolate your variable term. So we're going to add 100 to both sides. And then you can do what? Good. Isolate your variable completely. So we get x squared is equal to 25. And now you do the final step, which is called extract the square root. You're going to take the square root of both sides. When you extract the square root, you have to take into consideration both the positive and negative root. So your answer is plus or minus 5. Once again, you guys have the additional benefit of your calculators. We can use the solve capability, F2. Type in the equation exactly as it appears. 4x squared minus 100 is equal to 0. Solve for x. Hit enter, and you see that negative 5 and positive 5 are your solutions.